So, back in October, this was the update that we had gotten. Forward Zack Kassian retired from the NHL after 12 seasons of play. And for the most part, when this was announced earlier in October, we were like, okay, I mean, this wasn't really the most surprising news in the world, considering Kassian and his progression where he went in 2022-2023. But at the end of the day, this is a guy whom we all can appreciate for the game that he had and the growth that he was able to exhibit. Kassian was by no means like the most fantastic, amazing player in the world, but he was a former top prospect that made his way with the Buffalo Sabres, the Vancouver Canucks, and then of course the Edmonton Oilers. In fact, I don't think a lot of people remember this, but Zack Kassian was a top pick back in the 2009 NHL Draft, 13th overall by Buffalo. He was traded from Buffalo over to Vancouver and then eventually played for the Oilers. He had 34 points in 59 games played in 2019-20, which is incredible. Like, that point production metric is so good. 15 goals, 19 assists. And the fact that he eventually only got himself 2 goals in 51 games with the Coyotes last year was a huge decline. The guy took a step back, he announced his retirement from the NHL, and that was that, right? Well, the thing is, I was scrolling through Elite Prospects today and I noticed that Zack Kassian was the #1 trending player on the website, and he remained on this spot for most of this morning. So I was like, okay, what the hell's going on here with Zack Kassian? Why is he trending? Why is his name in the news? And I stumbled upon this article on expressn.se. This is a Swedish news outlet, and what I did was I translated the article from Swedish into English, and what I wanted to do was read what they have to say here, because it turns out Zack Kassian might actually be making a return to pro hockey. Take a look at what this article says, that Zack Kassian is currently, I don't know what the translation really means, but the Google machine says highly current for games in Sweden. He's available for Djurgårdens. Let's just go out there and say that. The market is tight, the article reads, but Djurgårdens in the SHL is still fishing out with the gun to be able to strengthen their teams. Now, expressn.se, the journalistic platform, can reveal that NHL veteran Zack Kassian is being shopped out to Sweden, and he's on the table for Djurgården. You've also got Jakob Ragnarsson from Almtuna, who is current and available too. But this article will be linked in the description if you want to go ahead and read it. It is in Swedish, so you have to translate it like I did. For some time now, Djurgården has invested heavily in strengthening its team. They went out with a fundraiser during the week with an ambition to strengthen their team with 2 players. According to sources to Expressen, the Canadian Zack Kassian is an option. Kassian has had many years of NHL experience and has played in the same chain or line as Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in Edmonton, but he's best known for his toughness. Last year, he played for Arizona and was on a PTO with Anaheim last fall, which didn't turn out well. Now take a look at this. Even though there is just a regular old website going out there and saying, oh yeah, sources say that Kassian could be playing, there actually was a really good update here. The 32-year-old then announced that he is no longer continuing his hockey career in the NHL, but the urge has returned, and with a tight player market, he now wants to play in Europe and see what he can bring there. He has even acquired an agent in the Europe front in the form of Andreas Johansson. It's true that I represent Zack Kassian, Johansson answered briefly, but he had no other comments to that. According to Expressen's information, Johansson must have tried to get him out to a number of sports GMs. Djurgården and Björklöven have taken him to heart. Björklöven refused early on due to financial reasons, but in Djurgårdens there are forces in the organization that want Kassian to come over. However, there are also other influential people who prefer to see other types of players. Kassian is a physical player who could be good complement in chain with, for example, Marcus Kruger as a center. If it's not Djurgårdens, he is also available as an alternative for the biggest competitor in the Hockey Allsvenskan, Brynäs, but the SHL may also become an alternative. So this is our update. Zack Kassian could be returning to pro hockey, not in the NHL, not with the Flames, not with the Oilers, not with whomever. He may be coming over to Djurgårdens in the SHL, and if not, Brynäs in the Allsvenskan, which is gonna be great to see him actually, hopefully, produce more points and, ruffle some feathers in the way that we know Zack Kassian is capable of doing. He averaged a penalty minute a game last season with the Coyotes, but even as far back as his 26-point season with the Oilers, 102 penalty minutes in 79 games played. He also was a 124 penalty minute guy in his full season with Vancouver 10 years ago, so if there's any sort of that physical, tough guy element that still exists in his game, then whichever team in Sweden that picks him up, hey, you're going to be getting a big buzzsaw of a guy. And Kassian is only 32 years old. He's still supposedly should have enough in the tank to still go out there and keep on kicking. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this rumor coming out of Sweden that Zack Kassian is available for Sweden games for Djurgården or Brynäs. It's apparent that they want him on their teams, and he's got himself the agent to go out there and force it to happen. What are your thoughts on whether or not this is going to work out well? If you're a fan of Djurgårdens or Brynäs, what are your thoughts on Kassian potentially joining your squads? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.